Alright, yeah, new episode time, and just like the last one, no scripts, it's just gonna be me rambling a bit. But hopefully next week I will have a script. I think I might have a new format that will hopefully not contain any copyrights or anything. So with that being said, let's get my thoughts on Daring Do. I'm just gonna say this right now that I don't like this episode. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't like this episode. This is so far one of my least favorite episodes of Season 4. We're going to get to why that is, but before I do have a couple of things that I do like about this episode. So, one of the things I like, I do like the fact that the Daring Do is still kind of, handling the message to bronies like it did when it first came out. Now she's, nerds rambling on and everything about, who the best one is, what they did, and everything, so it got some few laughs out of me and be like, you know what, yeah, that's fine. And when Dash said 4 more months, she was getting excited. I think that's the same reaction we had when Season 4 was just about coming out. Some of the jokes were kind of nice, too. I like the whole, there was actually birds flying around Rainbow Dash's head when she crashed into something, or Pinkie Pie was painting red lines and everything. And at least Pinkie Pie was in character in here, too, so that was nice as well. The action scenes were pretty interesting to watch. They were fun, they were gripping, and the animation was nice. The voice acting was kind of good, too. Also, fun fact, for those of you who don't know, the person who voiced Daring Do, I don't know her name, is also the same one who voiced Hamtaro from Hamtaro, the anime series, which is kind of nice. Nice. Now we have another Hamtaro voice actor in the show. Anyway, those are probably the only things I liked about the show. Now I have my 2 major complaints that really make this my least favorite episode. One is Rainbow Dash herself. Now, like Pinkie Pie, I don't hate Rainbow Dash or her character. When she first came out, I was a little mixed between her personalities. When Sonic Rain Boom came out, I started to like her a little bit. Made Best Head win, she wasn't that bad in it as many people say she was. We all know how, the mysterious Mayor Duel played out, so I'm not going to go into that about that. Let's just say Rainbow Dash almost made it to my least favorite characters. Then came Read and Weep, and she became my least favorite character almost. Then with the last one, Wonderbolts Academy, she had some good character development and maybe decided, you know what, maybe she won't be that bad. And then in here, okay, I can understand, it's just, her fanboy and stuff. She's just excited to see Daring Do. Okay, you know what, maybe that is acceptable. Maybe that will explain her stupidity and everything. But the way she was acting, when Daring Do, said she didn't need help or anything, it reminded me of Pinkie Pie and the Friend of Deed with Cranky Doodle, and you do not want to remind me of a friend indeed. And plus, when Rainbow Dash, hey, I got your hat, I'll be in the dumbass and say, hey, I found your hat just so I could get captured. Yeah. But all she was, and then, I didn't like how she said, yeah, we'll help her out just so I can read a book so no one else can get it first. I'm like, again, best pony of the year, everybody. That's just, yeah. And my number 1 biggest complaint about this, I'm surprised if you didn't see this coming, but Daring Do is actually real. Let me first say this. When I first saw the picture of the episode before it came out, I sort of knew that, the character may resemble as Daring Do, but I didn't think she was actually going to be Daring Do. I thought she was just going to be a pony that just looked like Daring Do, but doesn't have the same name, almost doesn't do the same personality and stuff. When it was Daring Do, I fucking cringe. Because there's a difference between putting yourself in a story and then there's this. It's just, why does Daring Do need to be real? This seems just really forced in. It's when Daring Do first came out, I was interested in her because she was just a character in a book. She wasn't actually real. I sort of wished she was real, but when you look into it, wouldn't that make like no sense? It's like the same thing with Indiana Jones. You wish he was real. You wish this was real stuff, but it seems so silly and so stupid that it couldn't possibly be real. It's the same thing with this one right here. Now, okay, let's say if Daring Do was actually real. So this was the case. I'm going to compare her to like a well-known author like the Reverend W. Awdry. Why didn't we like him in the Railway series when he first came out? Well, because one thing, the Railway series was actually, like the books, they're actually based on something that was actually common knowledge. And we know that he himself has been put into a book himself, known as The Thin Clergyman. But he never really said that the engines were real. We all know that engines can't talk. They don't have faces. So again, why is Daring Do real? Why does she need to be real in the first place? It does not make any sense to me. Alright, well, I'll just say, like, well, you know, Daring Do is real because, you know, everyone has at least, you know, some personalities, everything. We have mythical creatures before. Okay, yes, true, we have seen mythical creatures before. But that's still not an excuse the bland cliches and predictable stuff that we had in this episode. Now let's see if she was real. If she was, again, like if this was happening, now let's compare it again to another known book, like Fahrenheit 451. Now this one was also real because the guy said he's been through something like this before. Now if Daring Do was something like an archaeologist and was just going to a pyramid to examine something and wrote it and came back and wrote it down and put it in a book, but maybe exaggerated a little bit, that would have been also fine as well. I would have been like, you know what, this wasn't that bad. It was still cliche, but it wasn't that bad. But I'm sorry, there's no words to say what I think. Again, this is probably one of my weakest episodes so far for Season 4. All I can say is, I hope that the next episode will be much more better than this. Because this is the route that they're going to keep going through, that I have no idea what to say for Season 4. That maybe I consider maybe this is worse than Season 3. Or heck, I could go far to say this is worse than Season 1. I'll get to why I don't like Season 1 that much either. Maybe in this future video. But for now, I give this episode a 3 out of 10. There were some decent jokes, a nice callback to Bronies again. But I still can't give it points for like over cliches, out of characters, Daring Do being real, and all that other stupid stuff. I know this is probably not the best one, but like I said, hopefully in the next one I'll have a better script, and I'll give more information on why I liked it and why, you know, what's my problem with it as well. So, like I said, hopefully the next one will be better, and hopefully, who knows, we'll see what happens. So, thank you all for listening, and I'll see you all later. Take care.